Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Yeah, Tuesday evening show over here. I tell you what, I haven't got any kind of message, words of wisdom from me, Alex, Sandy Lee. No, there's nothing at all. All I've got to say is I'm glad that today is almost over. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. So without further ado, we're going to get into this short show on the other side of this music intro. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Cannon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. I was actually thinking, I do think. Um, Now, literally, this is like, no, the Premier League is having a big old break because if you don't know what's happening, the World Cup starts this weekend. The World Cup, you say? The World Cup. Am I going to be watching it? I have said no because of situation, with the human rights violations in that country, yeah, Qatar. But I think I might just watch it. Colombia's not in the World Cup, and I don't support England. But yeah. So I was thinking, are we going to probably do one final easy talk? I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. But as far as I know, literally, there will be an easy talk on Friday. There's going to be someone returning. Yeah, it's been on the channel for the last 3 or 4 weeks with me, but it's not been on Ease Talk for the longest time. I think over a year. But we'll get into that maybe. I'll talk about it maybe tomorrow, not now. But yeah, I'm just kind of coming up short for things to talk about, man. I don't know. What am I talk about? Arsenal news. Let's get into the Arsenal news of today. All right. So first up, this youngster here. Where is he? Now, how do I say his name? Excuse me. The star now wants to join Arsenal after talks with a London rival club broke down. Shakhtar, the next winger, Mykhaylo Mudryk admits he held talks with Premier League outfit Brentford in the summer, with London rivals Arsenal now the favourites to secure the Ukrainian international signature. Speaking to Vladi Sedan on YouTube. In the space of just a few months, Mudryk has gone from being linked with a £20 million move to Brentford to becoming one of the Champions League's breakthrough star, the most fashionable young player in Eastern Europe. And the man, Shakhtar Donetsk, now is publicly demanding £85 million. Yeah, they want £85 million for Mudryk, Mykhaylo Mudryk. And you know what? There will be a video, update video coming up later on this evening. So check it out. £85 million for this youngster. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. And the thing is, I haven't rushed to YouTube to even see how he plays. So I've got no idea how he plays. Maybe someone can come in the live chat and let me know how he plays. Because I don't know how he plays, where he plays. I think he plays on the wing. I don't know. But £85 million, he's got to be able to walk on water. Can he walk on water? That's what I want to know. Can he walk on water? I don't think so. I don't think so. Do we need him? I'm not sure. But like I said, there will be a video come up later on this evening. Check out my personal thoughts on Mykhaylo Mudryk. He wants to come and play for Arsenal, so he says. I saw the interview. I don't speak Ukrainian, but I think he said towards the end, come on, you Gunners, or come on, Arsenal, or sign me up. Anyway, I'll be a little bit mischievous now. Anyway, the second news segment is in regards to this gentleman on the right, not the left, on the right. I will speak to Mikel Cazorla, eager to return to Arsenal as coach or sporting director. Now, when I read this, I thought, oh, let me read this little news segment. Arsenal great Santi Cazorla hopes to return to the club one day to work alongside one of the best friends I have had in football, in Nketiah. As he approaches the end of his playing career, Cazorla believes he will remain in the game and dreams of return to North London. Of course, I would like to come back, Cazorla told the Mail. I have to wait if the club thinks about me, if I can help in something as coach or sporting director. Cazorla and Arteta played alongside each other for 4 years at the Emirates, and the Spaniard hopes to reach out to his countryman when he does decide to hang up his boots. Still a long way off, actually, from that. When I have the idea to retire, I will speak to Mykhaylo or with someone at the club, he said. Arsenal head into the World Cup break with 5 points ahead of Man City in the Premier League after their best ever start to a league campaign. Having seen Arteta's young side pass every test through at them so far, Cazorla is confident Arteta has the mentality needed to guide Arsenal back to the top. But he didn't do it last season. They are doing very well. They are very good. Young players, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard. We have an amazing future, Cazorla said. It's normal they needed time because after Arsene Wenger, it's a little bit difficult to try to keep the success. But I think Mykhaylo is the best option for Arsenal. He knows the club. He loves this club and he knows the mentality. Now, my thoughts are I might upset some people here. I'm ready to upset somebody. Just because a player played well, I don't know whether you want to call him an icon or a legend or a living legend or whatever it was, doesn't necessarily make them a good coach stroke manager. It doesn't. I love Santi Cazorla, the little magician. We're probably missing that kind of player in the midfield these days now. But just because he wants to come and coach Arsenal, or actually any club, for a matter of fact, doesn't mean he's going to be the best coach or even make it as a coach. It just means that he was a really good player in his prime. Now, I don't know. Come into the live chat and let me know your thoughts about Santi Cazorla. Would he make a good coach or an assistant coach if he's sat beside, I know he's sat beside Mikel Arteta here when we won the FA Cup, but Santi Cazorla saying that, he has to reach out because, of course, he would love to coach or be the sporting director at Arsenal. For me, I don't think so. I don't think so. I wouldn't want Dennis Bergkamp. I've said this many times. I wouldn't want Dennis Bergkamp to manage Arsenal. I wouldn't want Thierry Henry. Now, I know Patrick Vieira is doing really good stuff at Crystal Palace, but I don't want to see any of those players come and manage Arsenal because we turn on them. We turn on them so quickly. But Santi Cazorla, just because he was a really good player for Arsenal, an exceptional player, left-footed, right-footed, doesn't mean he's going to be a really good coach. And not for me. Not for me. Sorry. Santi, yeah. And I know he's always said that he wanted to say goodbye. He didn't get to say goodbye to the fans at the Emirates, but as a coach, maybe just as a coach, not manager. But I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, not for me. Not for me. All right. The next new segment. This kind of tickled my fancy a little bit, and maybe a laugh actually. This story is about Eddie Nketiah and Aaron Ramsdale. He's top. Aaron Ramsdale says he hates coming up against Arsenal youngster in training. Now, Ramsdale has spoken to ESPN Sports that he hates coming up against Arsenal youngster Eddie Nketiah in training. Nketiah has been limited to starts in Europa League and appearances from the bench this season after the arrival of Gabriel Jesus over the summer. The 23-year-old impressed towards the end of last season, but he's currently a backup option to Jesus. He's managed 3 goals in 7 starts for the Gunners this season and has shown he's got a good eye for goal. Now, speaking to ESPN Sports, it's in the game, Ramsdale admitted that he hates coming up against Nketiah at London Colney due to his finishing ability. I would say Eddie Nketiah is probably one of the hardest to come up against in training and finishing wise, he said. He's just a goal scorer, man. He's top. Right, okay. Nketiah would have been hoping to play a bigger role at Arsenal this season, especially after being handed a number 14 shirt. I mean, this report is saying that. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that. All right, let's just get that straight. But yeah, anyway, I know a lot of people in the fan base don't rate Eddie Nketiah, and that's fine. I've said all along, what does he need to do? He needs to go out and prove us all wrong or prove us right. Prove us right. Those who have stuck by him, I'm kind of one of those. But you're right. You know, it might come to one stage where he might have to leave Arsenal. I've never said that before, but he might have to leave Arsenal. Personally, not because he's not good enough. I just think he's not going to get many minutes. He won't get the game time. I don't know. So we go on. We continue. The next news statement, I believe, is in regards to this gentleman here, Ruben Neves. I want Arsenal. You want Arsenal? Anyway, oh my goodness. Lopetegui, who is now the new Wolves manager, apparently handed Ruben Neves his professional debut whilst manager of Porto, believes Neves will stay and help Wolves fight for relegation. But actually, the thing is, let's just remember this. I did a video last month, and that video actually did report and say that he was on the cusp of signing for Barcelona. Now, there's been some kind of sticking point, and I don't think that Barcelona will actually eventually sign Ruben Neves. Yeah. But Julian Lopetegui is sure Ruben Neves will remain with Wolves until the end of the season. Speculation of his future Wolves captain is rife once more after the team's difficult start to the season. Reports in Spain recently claimed that Neves could leave Wolves to join long-term suitors Barcelona in January. With him, I think there's been a video. I think the video came up live a few hours ago, not months ago, a few hours ago in regard to Ruben Neves. And that, I believe, is that. There is no more news segments. Come into the live chat. Let me know your thoughts. I don't know. Actually, let me know your thoughts about the England squad. I think there's like five. Is there four Arsenal players who are going to be featuring or going to be in the squad anyway for the World Cup. Am I going to watch the World Cup? I might watch one or two games if my mind is that concentrated. Who got my numbers on? My money's on France to lift the World Cup. I know they've got a lot of injuries, and I think the favourites are Brazil. But yeah, I didn't mention England. I have not mentioned England. But well, I might watch one or two games. So let me know, your thoughts about Eddie Nketiah. Really, Aaron Ramsdale? You hate coming up against him in London Colney training? Yeah, okay. And Mykhaylo Mudryk, £85 million. The Shakhtar Donetsk youngster wants to come to Arsenal. £85 million. I think he plays on the wing, doesn't he? I think it's not a top priority for us. Not a top priority. So talk to me about that. Come on live chat. You can debate, discuss, but keep it clean. Thank you, sir. All right, let me go into. Let me see. I was going to go into our Twitter feed and see if there's been any comments there. Look. Okay. Yeah, there's not been any comments there so far. And actually, I've just seen something else here as well. We have spoken about this guy here. We've spoken about Ronaldo before. 2 seasons ago. Would he be ideal for Arsenal? And at that time, I said, no way. And I think if it had been like 5 years previous to that, I would say no way. Now, I know Arsene Wenger, reportedly said, I had the opportunity to sign Ronaldo. Not for me. Not even now. No way. You want to talk about bringing players in the January transfer window, which might upset the apple cart because, you've got a rhythm there. You've already got a group of players who appear to like each other and they talk to each other. So you've got that bond in there now. So it might be a little bit tricky if you do have money to buy at least 3 players, top quality players, not there to, just to bump up the squad, but quality players who's going to challenge the players for those positions there. That might upset the apple cart, much less a Ronaldo. We don't need a Ronaldo at Arsenal. I'm sorry. Piers Morgan, Get out of it. Get out of it. Anyway. Now, I think there was also a vote, a question that I that I put out a few days ago. Let's have a look. Ah, yes. Yeah. So actually, we're almost getting back to the level of vote numbers, comments, and likes here. So the question was, I put out a couple of days ago, was Gabriel Jesus not scoring? Should we be worried? Should we be worried that Gabriel Jesus is not scoring? I'm just asking the question. 1,100 votes, 10 comments, and counting, and 46 likes. Let's get at least 60 likes. Okay, let's go for 1,500 votes. So these are how the numbers are falling. And I don't think I'm going to be reading this one out again. So again, the question is, Gabriel Jesus not scoring. Should we be worried? Well, 20% of the votes have gone to, yes, we should be worried. He's not scoring. Why did we buy him? To score goals. Who said that? It wasn't me. To score goals. Who said that? It wasn't me. And 80% say, no, we're not worried about Gabriel Jesus. Why not? Who said that? Just saying. Just saying. All right. Okay. So now I believe we can go into the live chat for the first time on this Tuesday evening show over here. Captain Kirk of the Starship Cannon for the TV. Right. All right. Okay. Actually, first one in, first one out. Good evening. Hey up, Gooners. Get rid of Nketiah. He's had plenty of chances. No, he hasn't, Ashley D. No, he hasn't. Look. It says here in this report. Let me go back on the report here. All right, Ashley. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. All right, so there have been limited starts in the Europa League and appearances from the bench this season after the arrival of Gabriel Jesus. Let's have a look. He's managed 3 goals in only 7 starts. That's just short. That's just shy of 50%. Well, half of 7 is 3.5. And he scored 3 goals. And Gabriel Jesus, are you trying to say we need to get rid of Gabriel Jesus? Because he's not scored in, 8 games? 5 in 8. Or is the last 8 games he's not scored? I'm just saying, Ashley. Just saying. Anyway. Lynn, good evening to you. I hope you are keeping well. I hope you're keeping warm, actually. And I'll tell you what, I've been on the rage. I have. I've been on the rage with our power supply. The vouchers, what's it? The energy bill support scheme payment, the vouchers. Didn't receive the first one, so I was on a rage the last few days. But now they sent the voucher. So I hope you're keeping warm, Lynn. Okay, keep warm. He's had his chance in Dubai to prove. God damn, you're too harsh. A colourful party is absolutely, yeah. Mykhaylo Mudryk, not a top priority. That position, I understand he plays on the wing. Cover for Thomas Partey. That is the priority right there. And all the stuff about, well, you know what, a player like Mohamed Elneny can't do what Thomas Partey does. Well, Thomas Partey is Thomas Partey. There is only one Thomas Partey. And there is only one Mohamed Elneny. There is only one Bukayo Saka. There is only one Gabriel Jesus. So don't come and say, oh, we need a player to do what that player does. Thomas Partey is unique in what he does. Gabriel Jesus is unique in what he does. Gabriel Martinelli is unique in what he does. They're all unique. We can buy players and source players who play like them, but not exactly like that. Get off my chest. I gotta ask one. Where have you been? Long time. Where have you been? Anyway, even Alex, a new manager normally means the players won't leave until the following transfer window. Agreed. A manager joins before the January transfer windows. the players will leave in the summer. Well said, my friend. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're keeping well. Not at all. Not at all what? What video? Video kill the radio star. No, because Jesus does so much more at this moment in time. We have players from defense, midfield, and up front scoring. If we were just relying on his goals, then we would need to start worrying. And that has been the saving grace, though, Lynn, isn't it? I think Ødegaard is now top scorer. Is it 7 goals? I think it's 7 goals. But then you've got Martinelli, I think, on 5 goals. You got Saka, I think, on 5 goals. And you got Gabriel Jesus, who's not scored in 8 games, on 5 goals. So now there's an even spread now. And I'm happy with that, to be honest. I just wish Gabriel Jesus would score a goal. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we've got more of an even spread of the responsibilities, because God forbid if we had a striker, let's just say for saying sake, that we had a striker who scored 30 plus goals per season, and that said striker got injured, and everybody else was thinking, right, he's injured. What do we do now? So we've got an insurance policy now. All the other players now can chip in and score goals. I just wish Gabriel Jesus would score a goal. Arsenal are not set up for an out striker. That is so true. Yeah. As long as goals are scored from all over the pitch, there isn't a problem. That's what I just said. I just wish Gabriel Jesus would score a goal. But yeah, Arsenal, yeah. But an out striker, no. I would have loved if Arsenal had brought Ivan Toney, stroke Mitrovic at Fulham, and they're not strikers of old. You know, you lob it up and they'll header it. These players, these strikers, I think Toney's 6'1", maybe, and Mitrovic is maybe 6'2.5". These guys are good on the ground with the ball at their feet as well. But you're right, Arsenal are not set up per se to have an out striker. But if we had an additional striker, like the said Ivan Toney, who I call him Mr. IT, or a Mitrovic, they will give us something different. Are you listening, Mykhaylo? Are you listening? Oops. Oh, no, we don't want that one. Not yet. Iconocast said, sorry, Lynn, I didn't realize you said basically the same thing. Only 6 goals from top scorers. Who is Ødegaard? Not good enough. Jesus needs to step up. We already have players running all over the pitch. He was brought to score, so get scoring. I don't imagine that Arteta said, oh, Gabriel Jesus, oh, he runs a lot, doesn't he? He runs a lot. He provides cover in defense, or maybe something in the middle, and he scores some goals. He'll be all right for that. I imagine it's the obvious thing, isn't it? We bought him to score goals. I'm just saying. Special likes button. Colin says, you slackers, sort it out, people. Sort it out. Hit like button as we want Arsenal to hit the January transfer window. It's like I have said before, I still would like to see Jesus on the wing and Martinelli through the middle. Yes. I remember saying this before and people were laughing. Jesus on the wing? There's a wonderful interview that Tim Vickery did on a particular radio station. I'm not going to mention the radio station. I can't stand that radio station. But Tim Vickery, who has lived in South America, Brazil, for almost 30 years, British-born, top quality journalist. He did the interview on that radio station, and he said that he'd spoken to the Brazilian manager, Tite, and he'd spoken to the original Ronaldo, and the original Ronaldo said that actually, when I look at Jesus, he reminds me of me, only that he lacks the bulk. I said, wow, okay. And then Tim Vickery went on to say that when he spoke to Tite, Tite said that he had spoken to Gabriel Jesus. Ask Gabriel Jesus, where do you want to play? Where do you want to play? And Jesus said sheepishly, I don't mind. I don't mind playing from the wings. And Tite said, no, come on, be honest. Where would you like to play? And Jesus said, in the middle. I'm thinking, I would have gone for the first answer. I would have gone for the first answer. The guy wants to play on the wing. That's what the goals are. The goals are coming off from the wing. Just ask Martinelli and Saka. But Lynn, I would go for that. I would go for that. And you've got to remember as well, the pre-season, who were the strike force? It was Eddie Nketiah and Jesus. You had Jesus coming off on the left-hand side. And Nketiah kind of did somewhere in the middle. So I would go with that formation. Mykhaylo Saka on the right, yeah. Jesus on the left, and Martinelli right down in the middle. I would go for that. But nobody listens to me, Lynn. Nobody listens to me. Anyhow. Lynn, you just hit on one of my pet peeves. What's your pet peeves? Dun, 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 dun. Ray, good evening. Disagree. If we brought number 9 that scores goals but doesn't interchange positions and presses all over the pitch, we would be doing worse overall. Okay, that's a point taken. I can understand that. That could be happening at the header. The header Martinelli scored. He made a late run through the middle. Then okay, all right. We're going to run for a few more minutes before we do wrap up this Tuesday evening show. Yeah. Let me know, guys. Come on, there's no comments there about Ronaldo. I think what you're thinking, what I'm thinking. We don't need Ronaldo. And Ronaldo, nah, he doesn't need us. He needs to go somewhere else where he can still feel like he's the big fish in a small pond. At Arsenal, he feel like I don't know, what would he feel like? We don't need Ronaldo. We definitely don't need Ronaldo. What else is there? What else was there? Let me put this back up again. Let me just check into the Twitter feed and see if there's been any other comments here. No, we've got a new follower. What's this? Craigie, an official scout for. Ooh, who's this? No, we don't buy superstars at Arsenal. We make them. Oh, okay. All right. So no comments thus far. Okay. All right. Any other comments? Come on. Otherwise, we'll wrap up this one here. Colin. Startinelli, Skidum Daddy. Through the middle, remember, somebody retained Martin as a striker too. Okay. Oh my goodness. What else is there? Yeah, so come on, let me know. What are your thoughts about Santi Cazorla? Says that, when he hangs up his boots, eventually, he says, I might have to speak to someone at the club because I would love to come back to Arsenal as a sporting director or something. I'm thinking, I don't know, man. Loved you as a player, but as a coach, just because a player was quite iconic or a legend or a fairly good footballer doesn't necessarily going to make them a good manager or a coach. Personally, I wouldn't like to see him be. I don't know what you guys think. It might fall flat. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. We also spoke about what was it? Where is he? Mykhaylo Mudryk. Apparently, he said in an interview. I think he said towards the end, because I don't speak Ukrainian. I think he said up the Gunners or come in your Arsenal, because apparently he wants an Arsenal move. But he had talks with Brentford. It was supposed to be a £20 million move, but it fell through. And now, Shakhtar Donetsk, they want 85 million squids. My goodness. There'll also be coming out a video in regards to Ruben Neves. I can't see him moving to Barcelona. I think he will stay at Wolves. And what else was there? And that was it. That was it. That was it. Any more comments before we do wrap up? Just a couple more minutes. Ronaldo is behaving like a baby. Throw his toys out of the pram. He just needs to go to a small club where he can feel like a big fish. That's what he needs to do. It's not going to happen at Arsenal. Not going to happen at Arsenal. Obviously, it's not happening at Man United. And I hear that he's been mouthing off in an interview with Piers Morgan. They're best of buddies. You know, they're good friends. They're really, really good friends. Let's have a look. Martin needed no retraining as a striker. He was born with it, or born to do it. Santi is going to be a better coach than Steve Bold ever was. His technical ability will always be relevant to football. Bold's defense knowledge is all but obsolete these days. Blistering pace, tight, close control at speed. Shifty loves taking on defenders, scores beauties. Ronaldo is starting to destroy his own legacy with his behaviour. I never liked him anyway. Back in the days when he played for Man United. Zinni's wife interviewed Mudryk the day before yesterday about him wanting to come to Arsenal, but not at £85 million, man. Not £85 million. Come on, man. No. That's a good interview, Tulin. Righty. Okay. And you know what? We have come to an end on this Tuesday evening show over here. Thank you to each and every one of you kind of took time out to comment in the live chat and vote. Continue to vote. And also, that's just reminded me to say something before I do end the show here. Don't forget, you can still go onto the platform. Let me remove this here, this caption here. Vote for your favorite. Oops, I've got the wrong one here, haven't I? Got the wrong one here. Here we go. Vote for your favorite segment on Canon for the TV. Now, the voting had already opened last week. It opened last week, Monday, and it's due to close on Wednesday, the 7th of December. Remove this one as well. This one. Okay, so you can see it. Canon for your TV Awards, hosted by yours truly. Vote for your favorite segment. It opened last week. It closes on Wednesday, the 7th of December. Now, you're probably thinking, where can I find it? Well, if you go look on our community tab, you'll see the voting. I think what I might do, I might put it out there again because it's probably gone down the pecking order. But vote for your favorite segment on Canon for the TV. I'll be hosting it. It'll be on the 9th, Friday the 9th of December. The nominees are The Big Sunday Show, which is hosted by Paul. Actually, I've got to say it's a really good segment. Watch-alongs, match days, hosted by my brother. And he does that, of course, when he has the time. Thursday Night Football, hosted by Ange, the First Lady, and Richard Morgan, every Thursday night, of course. So go and vote unto your heart's content. Now, I do know on Twitter there is a limit as to how long the vote is put out on the platform. It's 7 days, so I'm going to have to put out that vote again. But go vote until your heart's content. The winner, they will get some Canon 4 TV merch, as well as some Arsenal merchandise, but they'll also get like a goblet of some sorts of the inscription. Yeah, winner of the segment 2022. To be honest, I'm very, very excited. It's a way of showing gratitude to all the content creators and panelists and hosts. I think for the moderators, we're going to be doing a special giveaway as well. Again, it'll be the second giveaway that we've given away to the moderators. That'll be coming up maybe a little bit towards the end of the year. But what a way to support the channel. Go and vote for your favorite segment on Canon for the TV. You owe it to yourselves. You're part of the community. Why would you not want to show your support? I'm not saying, to part with your money. All you have to do is get your little pinky or finger and vote. That's all you've got to do. Just vote. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right, it's just been a couple more comments, and I'm gonna so look here. This one here. Same here. Alex Ronaldo has always been too self-centered. I've never really, I couldn't never stand him. I think that Cazorla would be a good academy coach. If we vote for Anne, she might bake us a cake. Okay, let me screenshot this. let me. I'm gonna screenshot this. God, my goodness. What's going on here? All right, pow. I don't know what this world's coming to. Well, Ashley would like a cake. I'm gonna send this cake. There we go. We've done it. All right. Alex, I feel that there has been a lot of a discussion behind the scenes, and Arteta knows who is coming in January, because there was a comment made a couple of days ago about help for Jesus. Was that on Sky Sports? Because there was a link that the guy sent to me in the Canon 42 WhatsApp group. A really good discussion between Darren Lewis, Daily Mirror, and David Ornstein, now of The Athletic. Really good. A 15-minute long discussion about Arsenal and where they're heading to and what things they're trying to do. Yeah. Interesting. Really, really interesting. All right, we have finished. 37 minutes and counting. Thank you so very much. The next time you will see me on this channel will be tomorrow evening. Same time, same place, different day. Wednesday, not bump day. Wednesday. There you go. Thank you for that, Ashley. Just to cap it off, before I go, here we go. Ashley's just saying, thanks to all you guys and girls for tuning in. Remember, before you leave, hit the like button and subscribe to Cannon Fodder TV. And you know what? It's finished. It's finished. Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.